Do you experience racing, repetitive thought loops? It can be so easy to get stuck in limiting thought patterns. And what's important to remember, we are not our thoughts. It sounds simple, even might be a bit cliche to some, but if we could nip this autopilot behaviour in the bud, our entire lives could change. Most people live their lives believing they are their thoughts, often feeling guilt or shame for having them. That every voice in our heads must be true. But the truth is, your thoughts aren't you. They're a collection of programs, patterns, running in the background of our mind, shaped by our experiences, upbringing, and society itself. Thoughts arise from our conditioning. They're echoes of the past, your parents' beliefs, your teachers' voices, the culture you grew up in. From the moment you were born, you're trained to think in a certain way. It could be work hard, don't make mistakes, be liked, fit in. And each message becomes a loop in the mind. And over time, those loops become what we call the ego. And the ego's job is to protect the identity that it is built, even if that identity keeps us stuck. Ego thoughts often sound like this, you're not good enough. What if they don't like you? You can't do that, it's too risky. They create fear, doubt, and hesitation. The ego tries to keep you safe, but it confuses safety with stagnation. Intuitive thoughts feel very different. They're calmer, quieter. They don't argue or explain, and they know what's best for us, but we do need to trust them, which can be a challenge. And that subtle nudge in your gut or your heart, that's the higher self whispering through the noise. Think of a time you made a mistake, maybe at work or in a relationship. The ego starts looping. You should have known better. What will they think? You always do this. But when you step back and watch those thoughts instead of diving into them, something changes. You realise the voice isn't the truth. It's a pattern. And when you see the pattern, it loses power. You can literally feel the space between you, the awareness, and the thought. And that space is your freedom. So how do you override the noise of the ego and its conditioning? Pause and notice. Catch the thought, name it. There's fear, there's comparison, there's doubt. Breathe into presence. One deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. This shifts the nervous system and quiets the mental storm. We can all overlook how important breathing is. And ask yourself, is this thought based on fear or truth? If it feels tight, panicky, judgmental, it's usually the ego. And if it feels calm, expansive, grounded, it's intuition. Replace the loop. Once you see the thought, you can rewrite it. That's the key, observing the thoughts. From I can't do this to I'm learning to trust myself. From they'll judge me to I choose to express myself. And let's say you're invited to speak at an event or go for a promotion. Your first thought might be, I'm not ready. But that's not truth, that's programming. Maybe as a child you were told not to draw attention to yourself. And that belief became a thought pattern, and now it's running the show. When you pause and breathe, you create enough space for intuition to speak. Get in that present moment. And it might whisper you're ready, you wouldn't have the opportunity if you weren't. And if you act from that quiet knowing, you start rewiring the pattern. If we believe what our ego tells us, we can get stuck. And ultimately we dig deeper to understand the belief behind the thoughts, because that's where they're coming from. So remember, you're not your thoughts. You're the one hearing them. You're the watcher, the awareness, the consciousness behind the noise. And when you learn to separate who you are from what you think, the mind becomes a tool, not a master. And that's when you start living from truth, not conditioning. So if you like this video, please hit subscribe below. I offer one-to-one coaching and group workshops to help you overcome your limiting beliefs and thought patterns to reconnect with your higher self. And do check my Linktree link below to set up a discovery call. My intuition ebook is also coming soon in my online store.